Renault Koleos 2.0 dCi 175 AWD X-Tronic 2017 review. 6. In an ultra-competitive class, the Renault Koleos is strikingly designed and decent off-road, but does little else to stand out from the pack. What is it? There's no let-up in this segment's boom, and it still seems as though every manufacturer is either building its first SUV or, as with Renault, expanding its current lineup. With the Capture and Cadre already on sale, the French firm is resurrecting the Koleos SUV on UK soil after withdrawing the previous, lackluster version in 2010. Today's Koleos is built on the CMF-C/D platform that's shared with, among others, the Cadre and Nissan's X-Trail and Qashqai. It's based on the not-for-UK Talisman Saloon and has already been on sale in selected markets around the globe for the past year. Although the Talisman is destined to remain outside of the UK, its SUV stablemate is now crossing the channel, via its assembly plant in South Korea, with the hope of plundering some sales. What's it like? Renault describes the diesel-only Koleos as a high-end 4x4. Stepping inside, you are greeted by a pleasant, airy cabin with some good and not-so-good materials around the dashboard. It doesn't quite have the polished feel of premium rivals like the Volkswagen Tiguan and Land Rover Discovery Sport. It's well-spec'd in either of the two initial UK trims levels, with generous safety equipment as standard. 2. Entry-level Dynamic S-Nav, the pick of the range, gets a panoramic sunroof and a 7.0-inch touchscreen with sat-nav, along with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Signature nav upgrades the 18-in alloy wheels to 19-in, adds LED headlights and upgrades the touchscreen to 8.7 inches. The range-topping Paris initial version, tested here, will go on sale at a later date in the UK and adds better quality upholstery, but we'd still stick to Dynamic S-Nav. Interestingly, and perhaps to its detriment, the Koleos is not getting a 7-seat variant, a decision made to keep the car's proportions sleek and attractive, despite many rivals offering it. Second-row passengers are very well accommodated, though, with plenty of legroom, and the boot is an acceptable size, albeit smaller than the Tiguan's and Peugeot 5008's. In the UK, the biggest selling model will be the 2.0 dCi 175 AWD and Dynamic S-Nav trim. We drove that engine in front-wheel drive, guys, a configuration not available in the UK, with the new CVT unit, and the same engine and gearbox in this all-wheel drive Paris initial. The 172 bhp diesel lump is a decent engine that'll easily haul a fully laden Koleos on long motorway slogs, and there's adequate low-end torque, but the power delivery is a big lack. You're unlikely to be tempted to go for B-road blats. The steering, direct but light, doesn't inspire you to push the car to its limits. The chassis doesn't feel particularly agile, either, and there's a fair bit of body roll through fast corners. Nevertheless, its handling is stable and predictable. You could be tempted to venture off the beaten track though. Ground clearance of 210mm as well as approach and departure angles of 19 and 26 degrees respectively means all-wheel drive models will take owners further off-road than they'll likely ever need to go. The ride is on the firm side, especially on 19-in wheels. Stick to 18s if you can, but it remains generally comfortable over most surfaces. There's a lot of road noise at higher speeds, but the slick X-Tronic CVT, which performs like a 7-speed automatic under heavy acceleration and reverts to a more traditional CVT feel in normal driving, keeps engine noise to a minimum at higher speeds. Should I buy one? The Koleos is not a hallowed disruptor to the SUV segment, and Renault admits it won't outsell the Capture and Cadre. Rather, the Koleos conforms to many of the usual, and positive, traits of cars in this class. Spacious, well-equipped and nice to look at, it's not especially memorable to drive, but it's useful off-road. This range topper is very expensive, though, and makes it hard to recommend over rivals. The real value is at the lower end of the lineup. Renault Koleos 2.0 dCi 175 X-Tronic AWD Paris Initial. Location: Helsinki, Finland. On sale now. Price: £34,200. Signature nav. Engine: 4 cells, 1955cc, turbocharged, diesel. Power: 172 bhp at 3,750 revolutions per minute. Torque: 280 pounds-foot at 2,000 revolutions per minute. Gearbox: CVT. Curb weight: 1,747 kilograms. Top speed: 125 miles per hour. 0 to 60